Look at this. I'm standing in the middle of all of them and they barely do any damage to me. Even better, I'm healing back and I'm not blocking or hitting them at all. This is so broken. And now the big guy comes. Oh, he pushed me away. It's okay. I will come to you then. Come on, kill me, kill me. Kill me! Come on, guys. I'm right here. Come on and kill me. Again with the push? Is that the best he can do? Okay, look at my health. I'm going to attack and show you how absolutely broken this is. Boom! All of my health is back. Come on, kill me. Nah, I'm just going to kill you now. I call this the ultimate tank build. And it's a build that almost anyone can do, as the gear that I'm using is bought almost entirely from the blacksmith, with the exception of the weapon and rings. Still, the weapon is not the important part, as it can easily be replaced with any of the other weapons that you buy from the blacksmith. Now, I'll show the build and the process of how you can get it at the end of this Crucible run. I'm just going to stand still to show you again just how tanky I am. These knights literally do no damage to me. One thing to know in this game is that I have maximum poise that you can get and I still get knocked down by enemies. Technically, poise should be the value that allows you to take direct hits from enemy weapons without staggering. But in this game, the knockback seems to be a separate stat or so. Anyway, these guys should do more damage than the knights with the shield, so I'll let them hit me to show you just how tanky I am. Healing consumables are useless, as you will never use them. Just hit and health is back. I'll just let him grab me, and barely any damage. The little damage he does, I'm just healing it back while he's smashing my face into the ground.
And I will not be bullied by that.
Puny god.
Honestly, this has to be one of the most masochistic ways to die in this game. But with this build, I barely take any damage. Let me show you the shield as well. As you can see, I'm also getting health back just by blocking. This is why I said at the start that the weapon is not the main focus of this build. As even with a different weapon, as long as you can tank so many punishable hits, you get enough chances to get up and push forward. I'm going to let him hug me again, just because it's fun. Not sure what to do about the knockback, as again I have maximum poise, but I still get tossed around like a puny god. Oh god. Now let's make our way into the next chamber. Okay, big boy, take me up and onto the sky. This is so fun. I've died so many times to that attack and now I'm just like, take me up, baby. Wait, what did I just saw? Risen Blade! Currently, this weapon has the most overpower rune in the entire game. The Ice Throw. If you have seen my previous video build where I'm using the Fire Throw, well, the Ice Throw is even more overpower as it literally freezes the target. The boss as well. And while I was admiring the new item I got, these guys were tickling me. It just shows the power of this build, as you can literally not have a care in the world. Like inspect items during a fight, and you will not take any damage even if you are surrounded by enemies. Now, on to the next level. There is a guy stuck midway down. No problem. We will do the WrestleMania move on him. I like that enemies die from falling in the water in this game. It saves me the trouble of going back for them. Let's just move into the next chamber. The weapon is not the focus of this build, but I really like the mobility of it, as it gives you a bit of push forward with each swing, and it also pushes enemies off cliffs. Just be careful, as you can also fall off using it. Okay, let's move on to the next chamber. We have 4 more chambers, with the last one being the boss. This is the biggest Crucible chamber. They barely do any damage to me. The mages are so annoying, just stay still. Oh wait, I wanted to pick something up. The sirloin platter dish is something a lot of you asked about in my previous video. Not specifically about it, but they asked me how my health is so high considering I don't have a lot of points in my health stat. Well, the Sirloin platter is how. It's a food consumable that increase my maximum health. I will show it to you at the end of the video. We had some frame drop there. The game is still in early access. I hope they fix all the performance problems as it's not the first time. Now, on to the next level. Easy stuff. Next chamber. I'm not going to hit them. I'm going to let them spawn and let the big guy kill them all. They hit me and my health is getting back up. This is so broken. Look how much blood there is on the ground and I haven't hit any of them yet. This is so funny. The big guy will just take out his own minions. And that's one way to clear them. Let me show you the shield block. I'm healing from the shield as well. He almost pushed me off the map. Okay, enough time wasted, let's clear him out. Let's move on to the last chamber, the boss chamber. I'm going to use just one buff, and that is the weapon surge that gives me a bit of extra damage. I am tanky and basically immortal, but my damage is lacking a bit. I also need some focus in order to cast the buff. And now I'm not going to block or attack, just to let you see that this boss is a joke. he will barely do any damage. Yes, tickle me more. I hit, and my health is back. I am letting him lower my health so I can show you how many hits I can take without blocking or attacking, as if I constantly block or attack, my health will never ever go down. And that's it. Now let me show you the build, starting with the weapon. I am using the Rusty Kopesh, and the important stat that I rolled is gain 3% health on damage dealt. This is what makes me steal all the health back and never die. Now, I just want to say again that you can get any weapon you want from the blacksmith and then go enchant it until you get the stat that gives you gain percentage health on damage dealt. It doesn't have to be this exact weapon. But the Rusty Kopesh, in my opinion, has the fastest attack pattern from all the strength weapons. And I love that with every hit it pushes you a bit forward and closes the gap between you and enemies. The loot in this game is randomized and you can get this weapon from anywhere, even at the daily challenges. But if you can't find it, just get any common grade weapon and go enchant until you get the desired stat. Now, for the shield, barred entry. I also bought the common grade from the blacksmith and I kept enchanting it until I got gain percentage health on block. I also added the gem that gives the same stat. For the shield and the rest of the armor, there is another important stat for this build, and that is poise. Poise should allow you to take direct hits from enemy weapons without staggering. And from what I'm seeing, it does that on basic attacks. But when it comes to enemies' attacks that knock you back, it seems to be a different stat that I cannot find. Now, even though the shield should have 6% health on block from the stat and the gem, it barely gives any health back. This in comparison to the weapon attacks that has 3% health on damage dealt. The same of the shield, damage on block or damage reflect. The last patch seemed to have massively nerfed the overall damage reflect and the shield itself. I hope they fix this in the next patches, as there is a legendary shield, Felstead's Barricade, that I would like to see it work in a build, but currently this shield doesn't do any damage because of the nerf. My current shield, even if it doesn't heal as much as the weapon, it does increase my poise by a lot, so it's still good to have a shield for the poise. And the max current poise of the game is 50. But even without my shield, I managed to get 45 overall poise. If you use a poise potion, you can get max poise, and you can fully go with a two-handed weapon. My two-handed weapon is the Broken Fang. You can get this weapon by crafting it at the anvil near the blacksmith. And yes, I enchanted until I got the gain health on damage dealt. But because it's a slower weapon, and the roll on the health gain is a bit smaller than the one-handed weapon, I don't use it as often as the other weapon. I think the sword with the shield is more effective for this build. Still, this is up to you. You can still be an immortal tank using two-handed weapons as well. Now for the helmet, body armor, gloves and pants, they are all bought from the blacksmith. And I keep enchanting them until I get either chance to get health on damage taken or poise, or both of them. On my body armor, I managed to get both of them. I also added a gem with health increase. The reflect 3% damage taken doesn't work with the current patch. They nerf it so much to a point it does no damage at all. Probably because people were using it to one hit kill the last boss in the previous patch. For the helmet, I managed to get a chance to get 14% health on damage taken. I also added an armor rune. For the gloves, I got more poise increased and again added armor rune. A really good stat I managed to get on the gloves is the 14% stamina refill chance on damage dealt. Sometimes when I'm running out of stamina, it can instantly replenish it all and keep me going for longer. Unfortunately, it's a chance stat, so it will not trigger all the time. And for the pants, I managed to get both poise and health on damage taken. Also added armor rune. Now for the rings, I currently have a plagued ring that helps a bit on the overall chance to gain health stat. Then we have a fierce ring that gives more armor increase and overall damage dealt. You can replace the plagued ring with another fierce ring, increasing your armor and damage even more, to a point I now have 1100 armor. This is good if you can't manage to get chance to get health on damage taken. In my case, the plagued ring is better as I can steal more overall life. And lastly, we have the cow ring. This ring is what gives me the huge amount of health gain when I hit with my weapon. This ring is the key to the most efficient lifesteal in the game. Now if you don't want to bother with lifesteal and just want a pure tank build, you can add 3 fierce rings. For me, firstly, if I remove the cow ring, I get more health as this ring has a decrease in health, and if I add 3 fierce rings, my armor goes all the way to 1223. An insane amount of overall armor. And you can probably get even more armor, as when you buy the armor from the blacksmith, it gives random base stats. You can look out only for the highest ones and just min-max your build to perfection. Now, how can you find these rings? Firstly, all the drops in this game are random. You can literally get the rings from any monster or chest that you can find throughout the game. You can also get them from daily challenges or bounties. I personally found a lot of good rings there very early in the game. But the most efficient and consistent way to find rings is just to go to Greenwich's General Goods Market. He usually has rings to sell, like 50% of the time. And if he doesn't just create a few more realms and go to him in every one of them. Just keep in mind that his shop needs to be at least level 2 or higher to sell rings. If you don't want to create other realms, just exit the game, change your computer's date, and when you enter the game again, his shop will be reset. And that's it. Keep going to the vendor Greenwich, and eventually you will find the ring that you desire. It's a fast and easy way to farm rings in the no rest for the wicked. Before I move on to the character stats, I want to talk about another important item, not just for this build, but any build in this game. And that is the Sirloin platter. This dish not only heals you 150 health, but it gives you a buff that increases your health by 45 for 600 seconds. Just look at my health when I eat one. It goes from 260 to a whopping 311 health. Now, on to the stats. They are as simple as they can be. Firstly, we need 42 points in strength in order to use any strength weapon or shield. Then, you will need at least 23 to 25 points in equip load in order to wear all the blacksmith armor pieces, and put you at the max heavyweight class. And then, I dropped all the points I had into health. Now, I just want to mention another good weapon that you can get after defeating the last boss of the Crucible, and that is Felsted's Fury. This sword seems to be even stronger than my current one, as it gives another 17% health increase. And then it has a stat that gives 13% more damage when at full health. It basically gives more health and more damage. Two things that this weapon will change for your build is that you will not be able to lifesteal as much, as you will only get health from the ring that gives 2% health from damage dealt. And the other is that this sword needs 22 points in faith to be used. So you will have to either take points out from the health and add them there, or from the strength and get a lower grade shield. There are pros and cons, but an overall good sword. And that's it. The best tank build that never runs out of health. Basically an infinite health build. And the awesome part is that it's easy to get. Simply buy the common armor from the blacksmith and keep enhancing it until you roll in the desired stats. Easy. Keep in mind that the game is still in early access, so certain things might change with future patches. I hope this video helps you in your wicked journey. If you liked this video, consider subscribing, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.